Alright, my peeps, I want to come in really quick and tell you the latest about what I have going on next, which is I have, you guys, if you don't know, I'm a registered nurse, been a registered nurse since 2017, been in the medical field since forever and a day. Started off as a CNA, LPN, RN, now I have my own business. I have a medical training center, but I'm also a travel nurse, and so I've been in between contracts. My last contract ended about 3 months ago. So now it's time to kind of get back out there. I'm a night shifter, and by trade I'm a cardiac nurse. So that's pretty much my specialty. But I've been finding myself mostly like med-surg floors lately. So anyway, I'm now getting ready to start a new gig pretty much. So I'm going with a company that's called Matchwell, and they pretty much like a staffing agency. So I applied with them because, well, let me just back up. My last contract I was working at St. Augustine Flagler Hospital. I am in Florida. I'm trying to stay close so I can do my business. So I was working at St. Augustine Flagler Hospital. And when I went in through Aya Healthcare, I was down a contract for 3 months. And when I did orientation, I found out about Matchwell. I had never heard of Matchwell. And so they were telling me, like, you know, of course, pay came up. And I found out that I'm making almost $10 less an hour than them. So I found out then that they pay at least $60 an hour, and I was probably making about $50 an hour. And I was driving an hour and a half, and they were driving like 30 minutes from Jacksonville to St. Augustine. So clearly we got a problem. So anyway, you know, this is Florida. You don't know till you know. So now that I'm back trying to get back out there, I did apply with Matchwell. I found out that a lot of the things, like as far as the labs and things you need, pretty much that you are on your own for. But when I actually applied, the only thing that I had to pay for myself was my PPD, my TB test. They did set up my drug screen and background, so unless they're going to charge me out of my first check, they didn't tell me that, but for the most part, that's the only thing that I had to pay for. Pretty much getting ready, I applied. I had to get in my ACLS, all my credentials for the most part, and then they submitted all my stuff to Flagler Hospital, and so they accepted me under a 2-month contract. So 2 months from October, I started October 30th, so I started Monday. Today is Saturday. I pretty much, only thing that I did to prepare for the most part was do like a skills check off. But anyway, I just got my orientation paperwork. I'm going to insert a clip of a picture of it. But I initially thought that the pay rate was $60 an hour, and I found out yesterday when they sent me the contract that it was $65 an hour. I'm like, okay, that's good. So $65 an hour. I don't know if there's any chance of differential at night, but I'm good with $65 an hour. That's pretty good. You know, this is what's going on right now. You guys know we're not getting the money we used to get. So that's pretty good because I actually just turned down a job here near me. I'm about an hour away with Advent. They were trying to give me $37 an hour, and I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. So I was very tempted to take that position, but I ended up declining it. And I just said, let me just, you know, I need to try some other avenues. It's kind of hard to go back to making that kind of money. I know that sounds good for some people, but clearly not. You know, it's getting $9,000, $10,000 a week on some contracts. So $38 sounds crazy. So I ended up declining that position because I was going to go ahead and take a full-time position, and I decided, you know, and then they were like, in the interview, they were asking me like, what group do I want to be on if a storm comes? And I'm in Florida, of course. And I was like, oh my goodness, I hadn't thought about that. I'm so used to the flexibility and coming and going and working when I want it. So I was going to take a staff position. I just knew I could not take a staff position. I just can't do it. I thought about it. I tried. I applied. And all those good things. But I cannot be obligated to somebody's job. I just can't. It's hard to go back to that. So anyway, I start Monday and Tuesday for orientation. So I'll be driving there. I'll give you an update from there. But I was there 3 months ago with another company. So we'll see if there's anything different that I do this time. Now, I did get some in the orientation that, you know, of course, it's all navy blue. They do have IOPNs there as well. It was really a good experience. If you saw my video when I finished that contract, I didn't have any issue with Flagler at all. For the most part, it was a couple bad nights. For the most part, I had about 5 to 6 patients, but overall, it was just a drive for me, and I know I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to figure out if depending on how many shifts. Right now, I'm obligated. Under the contract, I'm obligated for 2 days a week. It's float pool, which is awesome because I can just, you know, I'm only obligated 2 days, but my plan is to try to do at least 3, maybe 4 days, depending on how I do with booking students for my business. So I know it's getting ready to be the holidays, and I expect that that's going to decline on the student side because Christmas coming. People want to pay for their kids' toys and stuff. So I'm going to try to pick up as many shifts as I can, but I'm only obligated to 2, which is great. So I feel like no pressure. I'm not obligated to any weekends. I pretty much can pick up what shifts I want. So for anybody out there that's looking for something, you're in Florida, or I'm not sure if Matchwell's outside of this area, but you can definitely, I'm not sure if it's just hospital specific or is this a Matchwell rate. I think this may be a Matchwell rate. I'm not 100%, but $65 an hour sounds great. So for 3 days, it's like $2,300, $2,360 a week. So yeah, that's pretty good. Just to start, and then they give you, you know, if you do overtime, you'll get more, of course. I don't plan to do an overtime, I hope. But anyway, that's where I'm at. At Matchwell, they are be new for me. You get paid every week, so we like getting paid every week. And of course it's navy blue. And they did say, now one thing they did say is that I have to do an EKG test. So they did send me all the paperwork for that, which I shouldn't have any problem with it, but I haven't even looked at it yet. But they say they're gonna administer the test on the second day of orientation, and you can't get on the floor until you pass that EKG test. So I'll let you know more about how that is once I take it on Tuesday. But for the most part, I'm excited about getting back out here in the field. You know, I haven't been on night shift in 3 months. I've been in my bed every night for 3 months. So that's my only dilemma. I've got to get back into the swing of going to bed during the day and, of course, you know, working at night. And figuring out as far as if I need to get a hotel, depending on my shifts. But I'm going to work that out. Because the only thing is the drive there is not bad. It's about an hour and 20-minute drive. But it's just coming back in the mornings because I underestimated that. The time coming off from work all night and then getting sleepy. So I did struggle last time with that. I did talk about that in my last video. But we're gonna just play it by ear and hope for the best. And if I feel like it's getting to be too much, I'll just you know, I just have to get a room. But I like coming home to my own bed. So anyway, I'll keep you guys posted. I'm excited. They did say that they gave me access to get into their computer system. I think I got like 30 days to go in there and do all kind of trainings. So I'll get more information about that on Monday. But I initially just getting started was just the basic stuff. You submit all your credentials and, you know, just it wasn't bad. It probably it was a little slow to get the acceptance with Flagler. I feel like it was at least a couple weeks before I really found out. I do have my recruiter's pretty responsive, so she's awesome. Her name is Leslie with Matchwell. But yeah, check out Matchwell, y'all. It was a pretty smooth process to get started with them, and they kept, you know, they did everything they need to do to get me ready. So now, as long as I get my paycheck on time, we'll be fine because they've been having no problem with that. But they did say I have to submit my stuff, of course, like everybody else every week. So if there's a problem with that, we'll let you know. But just knowing that I was working with all those people there before, they never told me they had an issue with getting the paychecks. I never heard anybody complaining. Because one thing we do not do is play by our money. So as long as we don't have no issue on that side, I'm good. So yeah, just want to give you an update. That's where we're at, and I'll keep you posted.